Hello, this is William Hemphill with the Faith and Family Matters podcast. I am a pastoral therapist that helps couples reduce conflict and increase communication and connection. And I also work with people helping them deal with imposter syndrome and understanding who they are in the image of God. I want to talk about something today. This might be part two in the series. Um, the importance of having trustworthy friends in your marriage. Trustworthy friends in your marriage. As a therapist, I have worked with people who unfortunately have gotten in trouble because of the friends in their marriage. Like, I've worked with people who've gone out on weekends, and I've heard this several times. They've gone out on weekends, let's say men married, they go out on weekends, they end up meeting some young ladies. One thing leads to another, and they end up having one night stands or affairs, different things, and stuff like that. Why I say it's important that you have friends of the marriage is because some of these same people that I've done some work with over the years, several of them, when they're at home, they do great. But because it's something that their friend may want to do, and this friend may be single or married, I've worked with cases where that's happened, then they end up getting in trouble while being a wingman, i.e., someone who's there while the friend goes to pursue the young lady he really wants, or vice versa. I've also had this happen in dealing with ladies. Friends of the marriage are people who care about you, care about your spouse, and care about your relationship. So let me say this again. Friends of the marriage are people who care about you as a person, care about your spouse as a person, and care about the relationship that the two of you have. Here's an example of what a friend of a marriage might do. Let's say you've gotten into a quarrel with your spouse. You're mad. You leave home. You need somebody to talk to. So you go talk to this friend of the marriage. This friend has the ability to listen to you. This friend has the ability to hear you. They may even affirm you, or they may confront you depending on what's needed. But they have the ability to support you while you're dealing with some pain from your marriage. But what this friend does is at the end of it, they say, hey, I've heard you. I hear you. Yeah, there's some things you worked on. Maybe your spouse shouldn't have done this. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. They often say, now that you've done this, you need to go back home and fix this situation. In other words, they are doing things to help you preserve your marriage. Why is it important to have a friend of the marriage? All marriages go through difficulty, all of them. If you've been married through any length of time, you're going to experience some difficulty. You're going to experience some conflict. You're going to experience areas and ways in which you disagree. A friend of the marriage has the ability to support you while supporting your marriage. Those are the type of friends we want to have. We don't want to have the friends that say, hey, man, I hear you're dealing with some stuff with your spouse. Yeah, let's go over here and kick it with these young ladies over here. Hey, girl, I hear what's going on there. Yeah, it's hard. You know what? Maybe you ought to just go talk to that guy over there. You don't want to have friends that would encourage you to step outside and step away from your marriage because that brings more damage to your relationship and more damage to your integrity. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about having friends of the marriage because all successful marriages have people who are friends of the person, friends, or at least respect the spouse, and they're friends of the marital relationship. So there's the thought for today. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to know more about how to work with me, go to www.faithandfamilyempowerment.com. If you'd like to have me speak to your congregation, to your church, to your corporation, or any other place, your group, please look at www.williamhemphill2.com. Take care and have a wonderful day.